YouTube, welcome back. We're taking a look at another Benyar watch, cheap little Chinese brand that's been catching fire on Amazon. This, like most Benyar watches, doesn't have a name. They don't name their watches. We obviously, just by taking a look at this is a clone or a copy, not a very good one, of the Rolex Daytona. The part number for this, or I guess the model number, is the BY-5120. Mineral crystal glass, some very stock dimensions that we'll go over a little bit. And it's quartz. We'll talk about the good, we'll talk about the bad, but let's just look at the watch here. So typical to any chronograph, you've got a pusher at the top here, starts and stops the second hand down here, this bottom dial, so you can time something, and then you push that to stop it, and then the bottom button down here will reset its position. If you took a look at the other Seamaster Benyar looking watch that we had taken a look at, the 5124, that has some similar dials, but that one, the dials came from Benyar in just totally different positions, so it kind of makes the watch at least a little bit useless. Much like most $30 watches, this is $33. This is quartz, and it doesn't hit the indice at all. You can see where it's ticking. Doesn't hit the line at all. Not once. Around the whole watch will it hit. Ticks wherever it wants. It's pretty accurate. It's 114 right now, so I'm at 114. It's 114 on my laptop, so it's accurate. But if you're just gazing at this watch because it's beautiful, it kind of annoys the crap out of me. I do like how they put that little red painted tip at the end of the second hand, so that's kind of nice. I would have done a couple things differently with it, but honestly, for $33, it's really hard to complain. You've got a date window down here at the 430. It's nice. It's large enough. It's satisfactory. You've got the tachometer wheel around here where you can use this much like a racing chronograph. This is designed for folks in the motoring world to be able to time speed and distance of things. So the band, this is well worn by me. I've had this watch for over a year now. You've got polished end links here. The middle link here is high polished. So these are brushed, polished here in the center. That's why you can kind of see some scratches on there. Pretty basic cheapo clasp. I do really love their clasp. It's very secure. You've got these dual pushers here on either side. That comes off. It's very plain, bland, but it works well. You've got the little Benyar or Benyar or whatever it is logo there. There's not a huge gap either in here. The machining is well done. My biggest complaint from the Seamaster is this little like coin slot up here in the bracelet. On the back, nothing special. You've got a very bland case back, solid stainless steel logo in there. 30 meters of water resistance, nothing special. No screw down crown or anything like that. You can just pull the crown out. Crown and the pushers are well. They function well. I don't have any complaints with them. A thing that I really like that Benyar did with this watch is, unlike most watches, this is a brushed surface. So rather than this being a high polish, a lot of watches, including the one that I'm wearing right now, the Phoebus Wave Master, if you haven't seen that review, this thing is outstanding. This is a $300 watch. This is a $30 watch. You can see some quality differences just looking at it, but this, like most watches, is a very high polished surface. So I'm constantly polishing that throughout the day with a little microfiber cloth I keep in my pocket. But it's really nice that they brushed that surface, and I think a lot more manufacturers should do that. End links are hollow. Takes away some of the weight of the watch. You've got not solid pins in here either, just little spring pins to size the watch. Pretty darn easy. No screws or anything like that in here, if that'll focus. It just uses little push pins, so you can push those out pretty easily and size the watch. Another nice thing about Benyar, comes with nice microfiber cloths in the box. $300 watch didn't come with any of that. The Phoebus comes with a nice box, very nice box package, but no microfiber cloth in there. This included a very nicely sized microfiber cloth, not a scrap or anything like that. This also came with a band adjuster, so it came with the tool required to be able to adjust this band. Now if you take a look at this band, there is a taper on it. Starts out at 20 millimeters down to 17 millimeters, up to 18 millimeters here at the clasp, and then that will go back up to 20 millimeters. So you can certainly change this band out if that's not something that you like. This is a 1 hour chronograph, or not 1 hour chronograph, yeah, a 1 hour chronograph. So this is seconds, 60 seconds, 60 minutes. So as this goes around, this will progress in the minutes. And then this over here is just military time. So it'll give you what time that is over there. Honestly, not a bad watch for $33. It stood up pretty well. I've had it for some time. It's a nice little knockoff if you don't, care about your watches too much and you just want something that attracts some attention. This will do it. The face is pretty bland. It's a pretty bland copy for the most part, but it works pretty well. Mineral crystal, obviously, you're not going to get any sapphire or any AR coating or anything like that. No anti-reflective on there. But for $33, it's really, really hard to beat this. I mean, you can walk into a department store or a Target or something like that and spend twice as much money or 3 times as much money. There's $100 watches that exist that don't have the quality that this has. So Benyar is great. It sells very, very well. On Amazon, you can see this is sort of a domed piece of glass there. So domed glass there, which is kind of nice. This is sold out currently on Amazon. It's available. I mean, you can get it in a couple different colors. I actually have 2 of these. One in black, and then there's one in blue. Same thing, just blue dial, and it comes on a blue rubber strap. We'll take a look at that one a little bit later. But for $33, you really can't complain. Everything functions as it should. The date complications great. The second hand is frustrating, but it is what it is, and I'm sure you can fix that. I'm not that inclined into watch repair to be able to make that repair myself, but it doesn't really bother me because I'm not gazing at this watch all day like I would maybe the Wavemaster. That I could just watch that second hand go around all day long, that nice little sweeping motion. This would drive me up the frickin' walls. But $33, I'll post a link. It's a non-affiliate link. It may or may not be sold out, but keep an eye on it. There's a ton of these on Amazon, and it's not bad for a $33 pickup. So let me know what you think. If you have one, let me know. Let me know your impressions. I'll be around in the comments to answer them to the best of my ability. If you do have any questions about this watch, and that's about it. We can go over some dimensions here real quick. It's 14 millimeters thick, so pretty average. Nothing slim there. 20 millimeter band. It's 44 millimeters in diameter, so a little larger than that 40-42. It's 44 on the outside. Lug to lug is 46, so it's not terribly large. I've got a pretty small wrist, as you can see there, and this fits awfully well. This is a 48 inch watch, and this is towards the end of what would fit on my wrist. But if you like a big watch, you can wear a big watch. Nobody's gonna tell you otherwise. So thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll see you in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. We're taking a look at a couple knives for the next video. So watches and knives today.